So the Bar Association.
The Bar Association,
So I've been here.
For those.
It doesn't.
Can't see anything. Okay. So continuing on with cutting. Tool does get hot. Okay, so the next thing we got to do is figure out what our distances are. All right, so what is distance A? On your sheet it'll tell you diameter times something.
0.29275.
0.29275. Okay, we zero that. Right. Point two what?
2975.
29275. Okay, and that gives us a distance of 0.86. All right. So now we take this and set it to 0.86.
You sure it's not 0.86113?
No, we'll round off. It's a lot more fun that way. All right. So we're going to go from here, right. That's not going to be that easy. It's going to be a pain in the butt.
Use the other end of the tool.
Right.
The other end of the tool, the part's sticking out, that's
Yeah.
also the same dimension.
Yeah, that's true, huh? See, this is why you guys are helping out here. Damn, that was good. I got it right on. He's a machinist. He can make these, point these out. Okay. So now we come in either side, same distance.
If you're doing multiples, you can lay these two distances out on a story stick and just have that handy and knock them out pretty quick.
providing each ball is exactly the same size.
And if you're doing
Otherwise-
if you're doing multiple sizes over time, like I have a notebook that I keep formulas and stuff in. I have a page with like every diameter from like 2 to 6 or whatever.
And I did the same thing, and I have it all the way from 1 to 15, I think it is, that I got from him. Great minds think alike, especially when his mind thinking for me.
There's a lot of truth in that.
I knew you'd agree with you there. Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna set me up.
Okay, so now we are going to connect those.
Larry, are you using a spindle gouge?
Yes, I am. With a very deep slit. Some people call it a bowl gouge. It's a bowl gouge. If you really want me to,
Just ask.
now it's a spindle gouge. For clearing waste, I usually use a bowl gouge. A lot of vibration on that. Oh, well. Okay. Now we have step 1 done. Or step 2. So now we're going to go again with the pencil, the calculator, etc., etc. And we're going to figure out the second half. So that was, I forget what the diameter was again. Okay, what's part B? Give me a second.
One 10767.
Okay, and that gives us 0.309. Really? Okay. Doesn't seem right, but okay.
Camera button again.
Camera button.
Eventually.
No, wait till you're right there.
And keep me honest, huh? Excuse me.
Never got that on camera.
09. All right.
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, right now I can't find anything. I gotta spend about a month just organizing.
Wouldn't that just be whole cutter and a lot of padding to catch it?
All right, I can't actually get into that one all the way. I could make these smaller, which wouldn't be a big deal. All right, so now I will use my spindle gouge, the smaller one. As far as I know, it's recording. Oh, gotta draw the lines. You guys are supposed to catch me on this stuff.
Try the legs.
I draw the little tick mark.
I noticed that too, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, beautiful. Is this Charlie?
So for that first stage, you're just after totally straight lines when you're connecting them. You're not.
Yes.
Yeah,
They don't want to be spirals.
preferably not. Of course, it depends on the type of spirit you're going with. All right, so now we have our lines again. This has really worked out a lot. See, it's already starting to take shape a little bit here. That one I didn't take all the way down. So basically you have most of the sphere right there. Alright. So all I'm going to do now is just cut off the top of the corners and start rounding it out a little bit. Alright. And for that I'm going to use the side of the flute so like a shear straight. Pretty close.
What tool are you using?
What's that?
What tool are you using?
Spindle, it's my, is it a 1/4-inch spindle gouge? Alright, so we have most of the sphere right there. And I didn't lose all of the Well, we had some tear out though. Yeah, it happens. So we didn't lose the pattern that was inside, which is good. Let's try not to do that. So right now we were doing a lot of sanding to smooth it all out, to make it look really pretty. Okay, we're not going to do any sanding. We are, however, going to take this off.
Is your lock on?
No,
It's a little
it's
tight.
really dirty. No, he's. How long have you had this?
About a year.
He's had a year, and then probably the guy he got it from didn't clean it either. So, because I know he doesn't use it that much.
What kind of lathe is that?
Okay, where's your RAM?
Don't use it.
Yeah, I need to though.
Look in your, behind you. See if there's anything in any of that shelf.
Do you have religious significance?
Your eye is pretty good.
Religious? None. Yeah, the collections are not religious. That's no, that's
Did you find one?
business.
Not
Yeah,
bad.
I was confused.
I don't know if I have one. I've never used one. What else have I got that might use? I've got a round file.
It's pretty long.
It's going to have to be really long.
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Yeah, it's going to have to be at least that long.
Well, you're probably out of luck.
Well, then how do you get them off?
He doesn't use that.
Oh, I use
He,
it.
he uses a chuck.
And you grind this too big, the piece off,
Is that too thick?
and put the sharp
It might be.
There it is.
Yeah. As you go around.
Wait.
Ta-da! Hang on, keep that over here.
Keep on it.
Got a whole pile back in there.
Yay! But we're going to need it in a minute again anyway. Because I'm putting this in.
Larry, I think the reason that's tight on the end there is the keyway pin locator, which you can see
This?
right there, that's too tight.
You think so, huh?
Very seldom you have
You
the
have to
problem
clean
that you
inside.
have unless you see
All right, let's try
rust
that.
that's on there.
Sometimes I just make a cardboard pattern.
Fire is through.
Yeah, I know.
I think that pin's stuck in there.
It's still tight.
Yeah.
So, and I don't want this thing falling out. So,
What kind of lubrication would you use in that?
There's a big brass nut behind the wheel you have to pull out, and the whole thing will just slide out.
That would probably be a good demo, you know, how to service.
Yeah,
the
that
head
would be a
stock
good
or
demo.
tailstock.
yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I just serviced mine.
Taking the Ford job chuck apart, cleaning it's another good.
Yeah, that's another.
Yeah, I did, well, I did most of it. Actually, no, I did do the entire thing. I have the, what is it, the G3 that has the open scroll on the back of it, the Nova G3. I can't get the snap ring out of it. So I just squirted oil and like screw it around. I can't clean it, so I was like, well, okay. What do you do now? And all right, so now This fits in there like so. And it holds it perfectly still. And except this. I knew that was going to happen. Now on mine,
Saws all over that just to.
that's what I was thinking.
The chainsaw. Just
Yeah, chainsaw. Hey, we have electric chainsaws here, right? So normally what I would do before I take it off is cut this off with my small saw on both ends, so there's less that you have to take off. Okay, but I've also had things fly apart when you do that, because you have to take it down a little bit so it gets to the point where it's able to cut off fast. So I didn't want to have to do that and have the thing fly. So
Want to press the button while you're at it?
you good?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So all we're going to do now is just cut that all off.
What tool are you gonna use to cut it off?
Bowl gouge.
Not a hacksaw?
They're gonna cut. Yeah, just sort of saw it off. Yeah.
Well, that's a fly. Where are you going to cut it right from the top all the way?
Somebody want to cut it off?
Saw them off, yeah.
Either way, just do it.
Just do it.
We want to see what happens.
Yeah.
This is a demo.
It's good you're not sitting over there.
Thanks a lot, guys. You're really helping here.
Out of the line of the fire.
You know, you're welcome. You know, we always try to help.
Demo.
All we can do is say Gary than us.
Yeah. Demo. That's short for demolition, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's why I'm over here with behind the mask and standing to the side. My mom didn't teach me the idiots. Well, she did, but he's my little brother. She's almost there.
Lucked out.
Shut up. Yeah.
a lot of pessimists around here.
I know. Man. The stuff you gotta put up with.
The bloodlust in the peanut gallery again.
Apparently, yeah. Alright, now I'm going back to my little spindle gouge. And you have to watch the pattern shadowing behind it to see where you're cutting. Okay?
Larry, what exactly are you looking at? You're talking about the shadow.
Hold on.
Any dust though?
Yeah, Larry, I don't see any of that nose rubbing in here, so what's going on?
Well, that's extra.
That's what
It's
he used to
extra.
lubricate it.
That's right. Okay, so what you're wanting to do, when this thing's coming around, you got the 2 ends that are sticking out, right? Now I cut off most of that while it was sticking out here to get it down to a manageable size, bring it in, and if you're looking out here, you can see the shadow of it spinning, the outline. Here it's a little bit harder to see it, so you know approximately where it's at, and you're watching that, so as you cut you can see where it's coming off, right? So we're essentially at this point almost done with it. All right, now the fun part, fine tuning. And I just keep moving it around. Okay, so we're pretty much closed in. Nope, nope. This is why I like mine. Mine are wood. And when I put it in there, I put it up against this first. This side has a little bit of a sponge to act as a drive. I put it in here, push it against there, and it locks it. It's just perfectly round every time. No chance for it to get out of sync. Yeah, see, it still does it.
So we got equipment here rather than operator here.
Yeah. It is. I've never used these. Like I said, I use my wooden ones at home, and I've been using them forever. For, you know, anytime I make a round thing, I have a piece of wood and I put a piece of mouse pad in it, glued it in place, and then I rounded it out approximately the size of this, a little bit deeper in the center, so it contacts the outside, holds everything solid. And you put it in up here, there's no pad, but you round it over the edges so it can't dig in. Put it up against here and then push it against this, and it's perfectly flat every time. Now that I've said that, when I get home, it's not going to work. Okay, that's pretty close. All right, it's a little off, but all right. So now. And basically, you're just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right?
That's right. I turn 90 degrees at a time.
90. Hell, I don't even always do 90. Sometimes I'll even do 70 degrees and just turn it just enough has a little bit of an overlap. Bring it around, back and forth, all over every direction. And what you end up with is
I know what it is. Your power steering belt is broken.
yeah. What you end up with is a ball. Now that's not perfect because I haven't done any sanding. At this point, I would sand the hell out of it, and it would come out perfect, as demonstrated by this guy, done the same method. When you get it all sanded out, it comes out just perfectly flat and everything. It's great.
What's
And
the
by the
finish
ones that
on-
Wells got.
What's the finish on that ball?
Nothing. Actually, I think I put one coat of wipe-on poly. That was it, just to seal it. I haven't done any finishing to it. Let that on there, you know, set it in there, let it soak in, wiped it all off, and sand it with steel wool. Polish it up on the buffer a little bit. That's it. So there's essentially no kind of finish.
But you want it to finish on quickly before any moisture jumps to the
That's why I seal it up.
If you have ingrain tear out, do you attempt to cut that off, or do you go for sanding the ingrain off? Tear it out.
On this one, there's some tear out, and I would probably try to. I don't know if I'd want to cut it because then you're cutting a whole new ball out of it,
Right.
and this would end up being quite a bit smaller.
You just grab 80 grit.
If it's not too deep, you go with 80 grit and kind of smooth it out, and keep turning it every direction. And it, as a general rule, it works out pretty good. Doesn't always work, it's like everything else we do, right? But what, John? He's got this look on his face. He's like,
Ingrain Terrell's my worst enemy.
I know, it's bad. Best thing to do is high speed, really light cuts with a very sharp tool, you know, and then if you can do shear scrape and you know, light cuts there, you might get away with it. And then you're still going to come up with sanding with 80 grit anyway. So, but when I get ingrain tear out, I go both directions with 80 grit until it's gone. I just go back and forth, just keep going. But with a sphere, when you put it between this like this, you don't have to worry about whether it's going to go back and forth, because as you're turning the ball, it automatically does it anyway. So you just go in one direction and just keep sanding it back and forth, back and forth. Questions other than those? Anything else?
The wooden holder you make at home that you were talking about, so
The
for
holder.
instead of using
Oh,
this thing,
all I'm doing, I take a piece of, basically what I'm making is something that looks a lot like this, right? And I put it in a chuck, right? And the other one is threaded to fit on here.
so you make a bunch of different sizes.
No.
No?
I have two that are basically the same size as this.
Okay.
I haven't done any really big ones yet. So when I get to the point where I have to make big ones, then I will probably make one around this size, you know. And this outer edge, even on here, I cut this to this shape. It was a lot flatter, and I didn't like that. And what I did was I cut this out, like cupped it out, and then on the edge I just kind of round over a little bit, right? On wood, that's really important, because otherwise that ring of wood makes a nice mark in your ball.
I've made one where I basically just put a chunk of wood in the chuck, rounded it in so that it kind of fitted the ball that I was going to use. And then I glued a bit of floor tile. You have a big
Something just blew off out there.
floor tile, so you get it square garage.
Something over at the end of the table or something blew over toward the forklift.
I just glue that in. And that kind of flexes enough. Yeah, you just put some glue in it, you push the ball, you know, the force kind of down, but you can push it in, you push it in with the headstock, or the fill top, you can push it in. That makes the glue set. And then that's enough flexibility to kind of hold it in. Same with the other side. I don't have one, I don't have a threaded piece in my fill stock, so I just, but there's a straight section on the pin. So I just turned a piece that fitted exactly on there, and then kind of glued another piece of that and hold the ball. And because it is, you want to be able to hold it in all the different sizes,
Right.
to get it exactly down to all the big angles.
It's kind of like this. That's
What did you have there?
it's a set of exactly what he's talking about.
Yeah, what you need is one of those chucky things.
So I have a chuck on both ends. I use the chuck off the live end.
But if you get one of those plastic, one of the chucky things.
Yeah, I have one now.
Well, it's not quite the same, but
Yeah, no,
this doesn't do anything at all, Chuck.
That is the one you got it for to put in the goblets and
Yeah.
stuff to
Yeah, it's the same thing as I did, yes. Except I didn't use a chuck at the other end. That's not a bad idea, though.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you don't have the tool to thread the piece of wood to fit on the one-way tail center, then you have the adapter that you can put your chuck up there and just put another piece in the chuck, and then we have two cups.
But your chuck has to be able to rotate.
That's what this thing rotates, and when you put the adapter on there, the chuck will rotate.
Right.
So, any other questions?
Check on both ends.
Do
Where'd
you
that
know
ball
how
go?
to make adapters to fit that live center?
Basically, it's, I can't remember what the size, 3/4 inch, so you take it down a little bit.
It's a half.
Uh,
It's a half
yeah.
or three-quarter. Anyways, it
It's
fits.
3/4
it fits a
13, I think.
standard
3/4 10.
American thread.
Yeah, it's 3/4 10. I have the tap for it home, and I just remember what it was. Anyway, let me see that back. So now this is all sanded, but before, if you wanted to, like say, put some grooves in it while it's on there. All right, say, where's your grain here? Okay, so here's your grain pattern, so it's going this way. You can cut a groove here and here all the way around.
and
Then you
burn the
rotate it
wire.
90 degrees, cut it here and here, rotate it this way, and whatever. So now you've got lines going in different directions, right? And you just play around with it. So
So with the croquet balls, then you have to get the different lines so people recognize which ball it is. So you cut a plain line with a piece of wire, you can burn a pattern into it. So then, well, that's how you make croquet ball. I mean, you gotta get the different colors of it, or you gotta get the color. Because if you put it on a line and you burn that, and then you can color between it with whatever you do, but the color won't bleed through beyond it. So you get a nice, you get a very sharp definition of the
Very good job. Now you can go into the croquet ball business.
Hey, Larry?
no, those have to be exactly the right size. Yeah.
Eucalyptus.
Larry, that was a piece of that eucalyptus firewood from a few years ago, and there's more of that. If you want more of that, yeah, I don't want to carry all this wood.
Fortunately, I had this really handy device. It's called a truck.
Well, so for wood, remember, all the wood under and top of the benches on the side there,
I've got pieces like this.
please take as much as you like. There's some floorboards there that are really nice and heavy and dense. And also, if you want to make
Brazilian walnut.
Brazilian walnut, so if you want to make magic walnut for people, that's the stuff to do it from. Or make flowers.
Brazilian walnut, Brazilian cherry.
It does split. It does, it's a very sharp
Make nice
flavor.
ones. I think I'll make some ones. Daughter like making chopsticks.
The Megadron, I've been using one time, and they kind of stabilize it, but they come in, they have only the large one, but if you've got something like a bowl that's, it's taken in, rather than.
I'm not sure about that, but I'd ask. These, no?
I think
It might be from here back. No, I think it's just that. Oh, okay. I don't want to grab.
That's why.
Well, we better ask
Instead of
them.
using the can or point, you use a piece of wood. Just
Okay.
Hey, Larry?
Yes.
Can you find out where anywhere on the barn?
No. All right.
I get back surgery on Tuesday. Okay, I'll come out tomorrow.
Yes, what it says on the bag.
Make my selection.
In the bags, any piece of wood along that.
This side.
Yes.
Not down here.
Yeah, you can have all that. Yeah, anything you want. That's all bay, I think, down there. It should say on it or in the box.
And do remember, the president's challenge for next month is firewood. So
Firewood?
that was originally firewood, make something out of it. So you get a piece of firewood from Wilson's box there, or from TS, something that would normally qualify as firewood, and you turn something out of it.
But then that's kind of what I do. So.
Well, every now and then you see a piece that's just.
Oh, it's the worst. I pick it up and I it's like, I'm gonna burn it.
Of course.
Yeah, this is a piece that you actually put,
We have a piece with those
big butterflies.
Well, somebody was gonna
Yeah.
make it into it.
You taking that one?
No, that one, this guy, this is the only one.
That should be.
What kind of wood is it?
Okay. I was just given this, and so I said, if anybody wants any more of this, I've got stacks of wood.
You want to practice?
So if you want to check the change for it,
Wet wood.
oh, you want him wet wood. Green though.
Hey, Charles?
Yeah, I know.
What kind of wood is this? Is this
What?
birch?
Yeah, it may well be. Does it say anything on it anyway?
No.
It looks like Larry, would you be able to do me a favor? I'm on my bike.
Oh, we're back in the truck.
No, they don't have any, anything
We're
green.
gonna go to Niagara Falls.
There's anything green.
So these are mine right here. So if anybody, I don't know who this is.
I just said it.
Oh, okay, but those two underneath, those will take both those. And I'm
See, your
thinking,
landlord, people were right up in that whole section. We have friend Paul said that.
Oh, this phone.
Well, she died, and she was very kind to us for many, many years.
Yeah.
And then she died, and then the kids and grandkids, they have a lawyer who managed
Good bit of bamboo then.
Still the best deal in town.
Yeah.
I've been here almost 20 years and I never raised it once.
There's, what's his name?
Looks like olive.
Kurt?
Yeah, Kirk McNeil.
Still there?
Yeah, I'm still there.
Yeah, I've gone up to your open studio before. Build the studio that day.
There you go.
Yeah, it feels like olive.
There you go, Dale.
Well, I have to chuck this one.
I put it in the back of your truck, and I'll just swing by your place sometime in the future.
Actually, I'll swing by your place on the way home. I've got to go to the
I'm grabbing my boat and taking off. Go have it repaired.
I can set it on the side of the road right there.
Oh, okay.
That's almost identical to the one I throw that one out there too. I've got a whole pile I'm doing here.
What do you think?
I got a bunch of these. They were talking about making wands, and my daughter just finished Harry Potter camp. So
Oh yeah? You saw the little ones, right?
I didn't see the little ones. That's
They are.
they're too small. They're too small for me to see. I have no fascination.
There's gonna be two of them back there. Okay. One's just smaller than the other.
That's a member for the member of the. I want a bow tie installed.
Yeah.
Never get that.
I just put it in. I'm pretty happy. Well, I also have a good spring.
Boatload of wood.
Heads that don't get caught by the wind and stuff like that. And they can shoot all around. It's pretty neat.
This stuff right here.
Sprinklers.
Yeah, this is solid wood.
But it is.
You look at the good for it? Segmenting. I do segment.
So, Larry, there, you can set them right inside the gate, where my electric gate is. There's a little gate.
Was that little gate?
Yeah.
It opens up, right?
Yeah, just open and just sit.
Yeah, I'll just set right inside
Because I won't be there when you come by.
I've got a whole pile going on here, plus those.
So you'll see which two.
Yeah.
Water.
Yeah. Charles, do you have a box?
Wasn't so bad.
I'll take all these.
No, I don't have any boxes.
This is all stuff I use for segmenting. Yeah, good stuff for it.
I'm happy if it makes somebody else happy, that's great. It's a bit of bag.
That looks like oak.
Yeah. This is the stuff from Sam did all the heads and every particular except
So when was that? Was that in this place? It was long.
Oh, this handle.
Yeah, I don't know, it came with it. Yeah.
Very nice.
I know, I loved stopping it and holding on to it.
Yeah, oh yeah, so you gotta pay for that.
Yeah, I gotta pick with that.
Okay, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with that?
Well, I don't know.
Okay, good. Have fun.
I'm gonna take all of that,
Sure.
just so you know.
Great, good.
I can't get to it right now. I've got to get my truck down here so I can get all the stuff in.
Yeah.
Because I've got that pile
Gonna
there.
take that pile too?
I've
Oh,
got this
good.
pile right here, and I've got more I'm gonna pull out.
Okay, good.
We're gonna try and clean out as much as I
I'm
can.
thrilled that you do.
Okay, so we're just on bolt the lathe.
Do what?
Yeah, on bolt the lathe.
Now, the lathe is just
So
sitting.
are you sure she's gonna sell it?
I would imagine within a year anyway, I will no longer be doing it.
Yeah, it is. That's a nice system.
Oh, it's a very nice system, and it actually has a vacuum too. It has a
I
vacuum
saw
jump.
the,
Yeah, it's all right there.
Yeah.
It's not bolted to the floor at all.
Hey, Larry.
Really?
I'm gonna put this in your truck, and I'll pick it up.
Okay. Excuse me. I need to bang this piece out. Now you can have it back.
Yeah, there we go. We'll keep this one, yeah.
Actually, you know what? You should turn a small handle and then put a pin through it. Or just rough the hell out of it. What I did with mine, with my original handle,
Yeah.
the handle was, I think, just threaded on there. It's just like a little tiny plastic piece of crap. I just left the thread in place, and I made another handle that's like this, that feels it's like having this in my hand as opposed to, you know.
Sure.
And I just glued that on there, and I was like, bam, done.
Yeah, easy. Good.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Okay.
Do you want any of this taken apart, or do you want to do it yourself?
I'm going to get my truck over here before I do that. But yeah, everything, all the cords and stuff coil up and they go in that little cardboard box. Okay, so this goes here. This goes, I guess, here. This goes in the truck. That's a nice one.
Alright, I gotta stop.
You finding stuff? Good. Yeah.
If then went beyond my abilities and
One,
possibly storage space.
That happens, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. You can get it from B&B Engine down here in town.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn.
Yeah,
The nice thing about the battery thing is I can use it inside the shop.
exactly. Yeah. That's too much noise and things like that. Yeah.
My neighbor has one too, and I was going to bring it, but I couldn't get hold of him. He's got a really nice electric in him. I think he does really well. I'm amazed.
Well, that's a pretty big, pretty hard log. I mean,
Yeah, that is exactly. That's.
I bought a couple small electric Remington chainsaws that were self-oiling. Don't buy them.
How did your
The
sale go?
self-oiling fails.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
As good as week before?
Not bad. I made 140.
I know.
There you go.
Oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
It's over there. It's over by the chair there.
Oh. It's over by the chair someplace. Aha!
But anyway, I'll pick that up.
All right.
New guy now is totally saved his purchase.
he does things in Mexico right now, but he's got a lot of time. They're rejoining the middle side of the duplex.
Oh, okay.
And he did the hardwood floors on this side. Says he'll never do that again.
Real hardwood floor.
Real hardwood.
Yeah.
They came out okay. There's a little.
Oh, they didn't have the whole official machines to sand it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
He ran it.
Yeah.
The whole 9 yards. Now did that stuff. No.
Yeah, anything you want except what Larry's taking.
I'm taking all of this stuff here. This can be for segmenting. Oh, you do tiny stuff. So you can probably okay.
There you go.
All of this stuff is mine.
Is it back enough so you're not?
That's all segmented stuff.
It would definitely make
That's what we become sort of in AAW.
Yeah, well,
Well, no, you can sell it, you just can't use the machine. They're like, oh, no, no, no. Insurance? You small bladder.
I mean,
We'll stick that over there with the rest of those. We'll just clean out your shop here.
please do, please do.
making money, you're looking at some inconvenience maybe, or,
Okay.
I don't know. Getting the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Why did you finish this one?
I have no idea. Hey, you know, it just sort of
Okay.
got halfway and.
Yeah.
They're actually looking at duplexes also.
You should hang on to that. That's
Yeah, that was
that's
probably a
good
patent.
Something for the lathe.
Something, yeah. That was an old cutting board.
I'll take that.
The wife didn't want it. So I took it in here, I smoothed it.
If you don't want it, I'll make a
No,
platter out
no,
of it.
it's all yours.
Make a hell of a nice platter.
Right.
So you're in
And then I'll give it back to you.
Yeah,
You
okay,
give it back
thank
to her and
you.
say, look at this, remember that cutting board?
Task force from the astronauts on 9/10.
They say on the outside.
Oh, wood.
Oh, there's a lot of wood I suppose for that.
I know, it's terrible about that.
Astronauts to Hawaii, Hawaii.
right.
Then go back to Vietnam, they were stationed off the coast of Vietnam. It was pretty, pretty interesting.
You were there and watching.
I think, no, I don't,
Really
thank you.
hot when it was to see.
No, we
Well,
just
that's,
got 50 years.
it's one of those cool things, always.
K something.
Things about satellites, always.
Oh, you
tell
know
people
what
you
that is?
Never have a plan B.
How heavy that is? It's not
Because
cold.
if you have a plan B, then
Really?
that's obviously better than plan
Doesn't look
A.
like coal.
Because
10,
if
17.
plan B still works, if plan A fails, and it meets the requirements, otherwise it's not a plan B, right? There's no good having a plan B that doesn't meet the requirements.
Yeah, maybe I'll keep.
So if plan B works, and by definition it's better than A
This-
because you expect it to
this I
still
would
work, even if
probably
A fails, then don't bother with plan A.
No,
Put all the effort in plan B, make it even better because you don't have to bother by also having plan A. Now, so in Apollo, going back to like the Mercury and things, is that they were initially going to come down in New Mexico.
He just wants to chomp.
Because with a smack coming down, whether you come on water or on land makes no difference.
That'll be
By the time
bad.
you go hard enough,
Except that if you're a little bit off
Oh,
in
well,
land where there's
okay.
an occupied land.
exactly. So they said, but we also have Florida.
A lot of there's always bay trees around here.
Oh, there's a
So
lot
I
of bay
just,
trees.
I just cut it up.
We need to make sure that we float. And then we have balloons to get
Before I go
high.
any further, I'm gonna have to get my truck down.
Sean.
So while we're landing in New Mexico,
got a table and
if
stuff
we
in the
are
way.
set up to come out of the ocean anyway, then don't bother with all those landing lights that we have to unfold and all that have to go really precise so we don't end up on someone's farm. Just go in the ocean. Because now you can get helicopters down there from whatever distance and
That goes in here.
yes, I'll put it in the box.
This goes in the box.
So that's what happened with the Mercury is they changed it and they kept it like that.
So there was one of them, I don't remember which one, where they started to sink. Wasn't there a-
Yeah, the Freedom 7, but they recovered it. They actually did find it again only a couple of years ago, and it's gone to the Smithsonian and it's all encrusted and everything. But they found it sitting upright.
No, but wasn't there one with astronauts that started to sink before we got to them?
Yeah, but they got the astronauts out. They didn't lose any astronauts.
No, I know that. But
It's not that way.
Yeah.
That's gonna go in my truck, it's pretty much as is.
do you want this in the box?
Yeah, that's gonna, that and this camera here, all this stuff goes in that little box. That's not mine. That was a sanding pad he used. Oh, shit. Still on.